Hello everyone, this video is going to be about volume, how to put it on your chart and a couple different ways to use it and just a basic overview of what it is. So first of all, we're going to start off on the weekly chart. If you remember the last video, we covered candlesticks and how each candlestick represents one time frame of whatever time frame you select up here. So we're on the 1 week, so each candle is 1 week worth of trading data. For crypto, crypto trades 24/7, so it is 7 days worth. Stock market only trades 5 days a week, so the weekly candle essentially only has 5 days of trading action, but it covers the 7 days. So in order to find the volume, you click on the indicator tab, and in the search bar here simply type in volume, and so this is the basic one, just regular old volume. Click on that and voila, you will get these red and green bars that pop on underneath the candlesticks. So volume, what is it? Essentially it is the chart data being transferred between parties. What does that mean? So if you think of a store, think of like the amount of transactions, not the dollar amount of sales, but for example, if the store was really busy and there was a lot of customers and there was a lot of transactions at the registers and a whole bunch of people buying a lot of things, that is a high volume day. And most likely there will be more sales for that, not necessarily because they could be buying lower dollar items. But if they're buying high dollar items, the sales will be high. So sales and volume is different. They're measuring two different things. So volume essentially is a measurement of transactions back and forth between what's being measured on the chart. And it's important to note that each chart you select will be different. So this is the index. This is a conglomerate of all of the exchanges put together, and the volume is represented for that. But for example, if we go to Bitcoin on Coinbase, you can see the volume shifted a little bit. So this is just the amount of volume on Coinbase. And if we go to a different exchange, say Binance, the volume is a little different. So I like to look at the index because it kind of averages all of them out, and that is just a good way to look at it. But it's also useful to look at the different exchanges and look for differences in volume, and you might be able to gather some clues from what's happening there. So green bar essentially means there are more buyers than sellers, and a red bar means there are more sellers than buyers. Moving average can be added. So if you go up to the volume and you hit settings, input, right here it has MA length. 20 is pretty standard. It's a commonly used moving average length for the volume. And if you just click on this box, click on style and then click on the moving average, and this little line will pop up. And I like to put it on white so I can see it. And then this is essentially an average of the previous 20 bars of volume. So it's a moving average, and this can be used for looking for volume bars above this line. Can tell you some useful information. You can see, for example, we have spikes above the line here, and they're all red, and these are pretty significant points in the market. If we highlight these, this is a major low. This is a pretty major low here, major low here. So these large spikes can also be reversal points. Often, not always, but they can be major shifts in the market. You can see we got one here at a bottom, one here very close to a bottom, one here pretty much on the bottom, one here on the bottom, one here marked the top, one here marked the bottom, and you get the idea. So this is just a quick overview of volume. This is the very basic measurements of it. There's other ways to measure this. There's oscillators, there's different indicators, but this is the basic way to do it. And as we already know, this is one of the main three components of charting and technical analysis. So the more you study this and the more you get familiar with it, the better. So it all starts here. This is how you put it on the chart, and this are the basics of it. And stay tuned for the next video. Thank you for tuning in.